In this video, we are going to solve 5 problems with the EOS Webcam Utility not working with your Canon camera. Problem number 1, your video freezes and lags. Number 2, you get this error with the cable and the red X. Number 3, you get this error with the camera icon and the red warning triangle. Number 4, you get no video or a black screen. Number 5, you see these black bars on the sides of your image. In addition, I'm going to share some bonus tips about the EOS Webcam Utility and its limitations. I am using the Canon EOS M50 Mark I with Windows and the EOS Webcam Utility. Check out the video description for additional details and links, and you can navigate between the different solutions with the chapter markings on the timeline. Problem number 1 is that your video freezes every few seconds and looks laggy. The reason for this is usually that you have the LCD screen closed. The first solution, therefore, is to open up the LCD screen. The second solution is to upgrade the firmware on your camera. I used to have this problem when I had version 1.0.3 on my Canon M50, but when I upgraded to version 1.1.0, which I'm currently using, this problem disappeared. And now I can use the EOS Webcam Utility even when the screen is closed. Problem number 2 is that you get the USB connector icon with the red X. And this means that your camera is not properly connecting to your PC. Possible reasons could be that the USB cable is not properly connected at both ends, or that the camera is switched off, or that the battery is empty. There could also be a problem with the cable. For example, I used to struggle with this cable until I realized that it was actually broken near the connector. You might also have a cable that does not support data transfer. It's designed only for charging devices. If you need a new cable, check out the link in the video description. This one has a reversible micro B connector that works great with my Canon M50, and the reversible connector means that there is no up and down, and you will never insert the cable the wrong way. I made a full video about the best type of cable for the Canon M50. Check that out in the video description as well. Problem number 3 is that you get the camera icon and a red warning triangle. And this usually means that you have the EOS utility open. I'm going to switch over to the EOS utility now. And then I'm going to click on quit in the bottom right hand corner of the EOS utility. As you can see, the video then appears inside of OBS Studio. It's important to remember here that the EOS utility and the EOS Webcam Utility are different. The EOS utility is what we use to transfer photos and videos from the Canon camera, and the EOS Webcam Utility is the driver we use to turn our Canon camera into a webcam. In case that didn't do the trick, you can also go down and quit the EOS utility in the taskbar. Problem number 4 is that you get a black screen or simply no video at all, and I'm going to demonstrate this inside of Zoom. You can see here that I have selected the EOS Webcam Utility, but when I try to activate the camera, nothing is shown. I just get this black screen. The reason for this problem is usually that the camera is being used by another application. In this case, it's OBS Studio. To fix the problem, all I have to do is quit OBS and the video is going to show up in Zoom. Now I have quit OBS Studio. I can deactivate the camera there, and once I reactivate it, it's going to show up in Zoom as expected. If we go the other direction from Zoom to OBS Studio, there is another challenge. Let me demonstrate. Here we are in OBS Studio. The screen is black because I'm still using the camera in Zoom. I'm going to go into Zoom and deactivate it. As you can see, the video is still not coming through in OBS Studio. A simple solution here is to restart OBS Studio and the video will come through. Another thing you can try is to go into the properties of the EOS Webcam Utility camera and then just quickly switch to any other camera on the system. In this case, I'm using the virtual camera. And as soon as I select the EOS Webcam Utility again, it's going to work. And then when I click OK, it's going to come through here in OBS Studio. Another reason why you might be getting a black screen is that you forgot to remove your lens cap from the camera. I included that tip in my previous video as well, and some people did not appreciate it, but it happens to me more often than I would care to admit that I forget to remove the lens cap. If you're getting value from these tips, hit the like button. Problem number 5 is that you are getting these black bars on the sides of your image. Here the reason is that you have selected the wrong shooting mode on the camera. I have actually set mine to manual at the moment, whereas the correct way to do it is to set it to video mode. So I'm now going to change that from manual to video mode. And as soon as I set the camera to video mode, the image looks normal and the aspect ratio is 16:9 as it's supposed to be. I'm going to share even more tips about the EOS Webcam Utility, but if one of these solutions helped you, please let me know in the comment which one worked for you. There are a few limitations with the EOS Webcam Utility that you should be aware of and that may be causing some problems. Number 1, I'm not getting 1080p video. That's actually by design. If I look into the camera properties here in OBS Studio, the output is actually only 1024 by 576 pixels, but that is as designed. Number 2, I'm not getting any audio. That is also by design. There is no audio over the USB connection when you're using the EOS Webcam Utility. Number 3, there is a slight delay in the video. I think this is unavoidable, and in my case I've noted that the delay is approximately 100 milliseconds. So here's what I've done in OBS Studio. If I go to the advanced audio properties, I've actually added a 100 millisecond delay to my audio so that the audio and video will be perfectly in sync. The next few tips are things that I've learned from the comments on my previous video. I have not been able to replicate these myself, but they may solve the problem that you're having. Number 1 is to turn off the Wi-Fi and the NFC on your camera. Number 2 is to use the original battery or an AC adapter. If you need to get a reliable AC adapter, check out the link in the video description. Number 3 relates specifically to OBS Studio. I'm going to go into the properties for my Canon M50, and the tip here is to change from custom FPS and resolution to the device default instead. That seems to work better for some people. Now that your video looks great, consider using OBS Studio and the virtual camera to create impressive visuals for your video conferences. With this setup, I can switch slides, but I can also switch layouts. For example, I can put my camera in the corner, I can remove it completely, then bring it back, and then I can also bring back my slides. If you would like to copy this layout, you can get it at markuspresents.com/OBS. And if you would like to learn more about using OBS Virtual Camera for video conferencing, then click or tap the screen right here. In that playlist, I share my best advice for using the OBS Virtual Camera. My name is Markus. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.